I've never seen such an awesome man, starting with only a pair of shorts, achieved barehanded, evolving directly from the human age to the Iron Age. Using iron smelted from the earth, not only did he make various tools for himself, a neat little hut was built by the river. Hurry up and take your mobile phone with about 70% Find the most comfortable battery. Position to lie down. Let's watch this episode of decompression together. They say that when people reach middle age, is true. They have a lot whispered out by his wife. All I have left is a pair of shorts. But Lo Wong didn't feel angry because he believes that optimistic people will not have bad luck. This naturally formed cave appeared in front of him. Here is surrounded by mountains definitely a good place to build a shelter. The only drawback is that the floor height is too low. He is 1.58 meters tall and the rock can only bend over inside. It's obviously not possible to deal with it with the original method, but to give up as he was wandering in the rainforest with a worried look on his face inspired him. This material has excellent toughness. Lo Wong collected a lot of. He plans to make a container first. He stepped on it with his foot bath to fix it. Then according to the machine, constant symbols are compiled based on the basic principles of quadrants. From start to finish it took half an hour. He got a nice little basket. Considering the inconvenience he also plans to make a pair of shoes for himself. Ensure that the gaps between the sole plate made in this way is considered strong. Then he peeled off some bark, twist tightly into a hemp rope. Finally, insert it into the sole. Tie it around your ankles. Such a double limit. The mass-produced flip-flops are ready. Now, for this kind of terrain, Lo Wong can also walk briskly. In order to successfully refine iron is a must. He cut the banana leaves into rectangles. Then break one end of the branch and insert it tightly with hemp rope. This is how we get the blower blades. Then draw the size of the blower on the ground. Then use the woven basket. Collect some clay. Stack around to get the outline of the blower. But the friction is too great and the speed will be too slow. So he hammered grooves into the surface of the stone at the bottom of the blower. This makes the rotation much smoother. Satisfied, he then set up the support. Then cover it with LOS. Firepower will be greater in a confined space. After having the main body of the blower, build the furnace next to the air outlet. He shaped this special clay into a handle. Make honeycomb holes on it so the flames can pass through better. After drying, spray it on. Finally, pile up the furnace wall. I won't say what the finished product looks like. With the blower, the next step is to find a way to live. The way of life is of course to make fire by drilling wood first. Drilling holes threaded on a wooden stick as a counterweight. Then twist the bark into a hemp rope. Tied to a wooden stick can rotate quickly. It also saves a lot of effort. Then he sharpened the stone, fixed on a wooden stick as a drill bit. But this is not convenient enough. So he used tools to drill through the wooden board. Then reassemble it. This has greatly improved efficiency. It is said that time is the only criterion for testing for drilling wood to extinguish fire. Lo Wong can justifiably use a lighter to ignite the charcoal fire. Then it is transferred to the furnace. Under the continuous supply of oxygen, the flames in the furnace shot up to 2 or 3 meters high. He was so hungry and found a coconut by the stream. He peeled the coconut skin like a beast. I cracked it open and saw that it was an empty coconut shell. Lo Wong has always been after washing it. I got a cup. Lo Wong, based on many years of experience, earth by the river is rich in iron. Utilize the chemical principle that carbon mix them together and form a small ball. Then dry it in a furnace. Take advantage of this opportunity. Lo Wong went around to collect more soil. He plans to build a large earthen kiln, convenient for making more charcoal. After getting the outline, he opened a circle of vents at the bottom, facilitate oxygen delivery. Then he collected more dry firewood from the surrounding area, evenly stacked around. Improve space utilization after stacking a whole kiln. Seal the top with LOS. Finally, inject the fire source from above. After waiting for the internal ignition, immediately seal it with LOS. Just wait patiently for carbonization to succeed. As the day goes by, Lo Wong carefully knocked open the earth. He found that the firewood was perfectly carbonized. Now he has an endless supply of charcoal. He poured charcoal into the furnace. Then throw the iron-containing soil ball in. The surface is then sealed with charcoal. The next thing he's going to do is go crazy. Let the charcoal burn fully. Release thousands of degrees to allow the reduction reaction to occur. After the charcoal is used, keep adding charcoal. After 49 repetitions, you can take it out and pour it into water to cool it down. This way we get high-quality iron particles. Although not much, but in the wild, this thing is more precious than gold. Now we have a successful case. The following is a continuous repetition of this process. This process is also very difficult. Lo Wong only got a few gold coins. Now all that's missing is a smelting tool. He mixed the clay with some wood ropes. This will make the pottery more durable. Next, Comey's shaping. Don't rush the shaping process. He needs to build up layer by layer. The container, made in this way, is more solid. As a traditional all-round craftsman, the clay skin produced is also very beautiful. After drying, put it into the furnace. Burn it with high fire. The bigger the flame, the stronger the pottery. If you see the bottom is red, it means it
Lo
is perfect.
Wong is not satisfied
Continue
yet
adding
until
carbon
the whole cup turns red.
After cooling,
Just listen to the
this
sound.
cup was made very successfully. Then he continued to increase the fire in the furnace.
Put it into the ceramic
Wait
cup.
until it burns red. You can pour the iron particles into it
As the
and smelt
firepower
it.
increases.
You can see that the particles are
This
slowly
is an
melting.
extremely long process.
Lo Wong didn't close his eyes
After
the whole
getting
night.
enough molten iron the
He
next
is
day,
preparing to make a casting mold.
he carved the shape of a dagger into the clay.
The mold must be free of sharp
Wait
corners.
until the molten iron reaches
Now is the best time to
1,600
pour.
tons. There's no time to wait for him
Lo
to cool
Wong
down.
directly poured cold water on
So
it
you
for
get a
annealing.
tetanus blade. Then just place it on the grindstone.
Crazy friction sharpening.
He tested it.
This knife is also very sharp.
Chop sticks. He intends to use it to make
The
a
handle
knife.
is split in the middle
Then
of the
insert
short
the knife. Tie tightly with hemp rope.
This way you get a top-level jungle
But
knife.
having a knife is not enough.
Expanding the height of the cave is the top
So
priority.
he smelted more iron particles this time. I plan to make myself a chisel and hammer. Still doing the same thing. First, make a mold out of the clay. Wait for the iron particles to melt
Take it
into
out
molten
carefully.
iron. Finally, pour it into the mold.
Because of this, the chisel is
So you
still
have to
relatively
sharpen it
blunt.
like a knife.
Doesn't need to be too sharp.
Just like this. The hammer only needs to be bound to the wooden
So,
handle. A new member has been added to Lo
It's
Wang's
already
tool
noon.
library. Lo Wang was already starving, so he used the same vines. Still the same weaving technique. Made a fishing ichthyosaur to increase the probability of
Lo
catching
Wang
stolen
copied
fish.
and pasted
Finally,
several.
make the lead. Let the fish go without returning. Screws attached to the rock. The best bait. Crush it to release the fishy smell inside. Then mix with Loess and knead into balls. Distribute them into each fish cage
The crystal
one by
clear
one.
river.
You can see a lot of bait. Just place them in their path. Then just wait patiently. 2.5 hours passed
Lo
in the
Wang
blink of an
quickly
eye.
checked the fishing traps
Although
he had
each
set up,
ichthyosaur caught few
but
fish,
put
all the fish together. It's barely enough for Lo Wang to have
Then
a
he
full
drove
meal.
a few stakes into the
Place a
campfire.
flat stone slab on top. This is a simple version of the
After
stove.
the surface temperature is
Then
warmed
put
up.
the fish on to dry, even without any seasoning. But the crispy taste is very refreshing. After eating and drinking, Lo Wang has enough energy to complete the highlight of today. He built a fire at the foot of the rock face. Using the principle of thermal expansion and
the rock
contraction,
wall
it
is
will
roasted
become
by
very
the
crisp.
fire.
It's burned for more than an hour. You can see some salt. The pieces have fallen off. The rock wall it also becomes very simple to handle. The only thing you need to pay attention to during this process. Just be careful of falling rocks that might hit you. Although this process is not difficult, it takes a lot of patience. It ended up lasting 2 afternoons. Lo Wang was satisfied with the space. The gravel on the ground is a bit of a Lo Wang planned to do some decoration on the ground. There are many flat stone slabs like this on the riverbed. Collected a lot of. Spread it evenly on the ground. Although the sizes of these stones are under his 2 bridges, the stones are also covering every corner of the ground. Lie down and try This feels pretty good too. Finally, he melted all the iron particles. I plan to make an axe to facilitate collecting logs. I don't know how many years this process has been repeated. This is already a familiar After polishing, soon I got a sharp axe. Finally, secure with that's all. A wild shadow blade is all that's left. He is satisfied. Can't wait to find a log to test. It seems to be working very well. Soon he easily put a log into the ash canyon. Then he collected a few more, intended to be used as materials for building shelters. In order to build a shelter that is exquisite and waving the axe in his hand. After processing the logs into square timber with your fingers or lamp length. After cutting with an axe. Finally, step on it with your little feet. He got the length he wanted. Then grooves are processed at both ends of the log. This way the foundation frame can be connected Use a chisel to carve a hole in the middle. Then add sawdust. This is the so-called bamboo structure. Without using a nail to fix. Built houses. It also guarantees that one family is still passed down for 3 generations. Reassemble the frame. Although there are only 4 or 5 square meters. But it is enough for Lo Wang to live alone. After assembling the foundation frame is the construction of the wall. He cut the logs into small pieces of equal length. Then follow the previous method. Process the short wood into a square cuboid. Then he also chiseled grooves on it. Then drive in wooden nails to secure suit. After getting enough bricks, he marked the foundation frame with charcoal. Also chisel out a groove on it to connect it. And firmly fixed. This is another extremely time-consuming project. Lo Wang has enough time to complete this matter.
To drive the morale of the river, Lo Wang lit a bonfire in the corner, then continued to build the remaining half of the wall. In the construction of Lo Wang, this family also gradually began to travel. This process is very difficult, Lo Wang just remained I have been silent. Working hard for my little family until silently. The wall is built to the verified height. Lo Wang just finished processing a longer log. Drive the wooden nails into it and you can frame a shelter. And keep hitting it with a hammer. Minimize gaps between walls. After the construction of the shelter wall is completed, Wang started again processing wood, looking at the ground covered with sawdust. I know that Lo Wang has suffered a lot during this period. He arranged the processed logs neatly. I planned to make a door for the shelter first. Then he sharpened one end of the log and installed the hinge of the door. I didn't expect this door to be handmade. It's also quite perfect, just in the upper position, and grooves are carved below. You can install the door. Tested the door opening as smooth as lubricated. Lo Wang is very satisfied with this. He needs to build a roof for the shelter. Still following the same method, he nailed the extended boat on top, then tie the sticks on, build the roof frame. After finishing, he went to the bottom of the river again, slabs again, to make the cabin look more refined. So he used his pen, carving straight lines on stone slabs. Then carefully knock off the edges. This way you get a square brick. Have to say, this thing is more standard than the ones sold outside. Afterwards, he used a hole punch to make holes in the slate tiles, then string them together with hemp rope. After obtaining sufficient, you can tie it to the frame. Tiles used for roofs. This layer by layer paving method, even if it rains heavily, not a drop of water will seep into the house. Lo Wang's new home is finally completed. Then he took his tools and prepared to go out to his ability to see through things. He found a big without tree. Saying a word. I didn't expect there was stuff. It is said this stuff has 20 times more protein than beef. Lo Wang is not satisfied until he collected a whole handful. He returned to the hut he had built with his own hands, dry on stone slabs. It may be a little uncomfortable to eat at first, but after getting used to it, the feeling of the juice bursting in the mouth is very good. The chewy taste is not enough to eat. After eating and drinking, take a nice lunch break. Wang has understood life in the wild. Because I live by the water, Lo Wang always gets his pants wet when he goes out. He only has this pair of pants. So for the convenience of traveling, he plans to build a bridge in front of his house. Not much to say. Lo Wang quickly collected enough logs, arrange an exfoliation service for them, then chisel out the grooves on it, insert the wooden nails one by one, connect them together, fix the wood. There are 3 such Geshen Lo Wangs made. Push them into the water, then tie the vines. Slowly pull up to form a 45-degree angle. Pull the other side to the same angle. Finally, take the last piece of the puzzle. Cross them over each other. Although Lo Wang has no help, but he still gritted his teeth and persevered. After getting a solid bridge pier, then put up long wooden beams as the bridge methods. It still uses the bamboo head mortise and groove connection method. After completing the main frame of the wooden bridge, he processed a lot of short wood, lay it on with wooden nails. Considering that walking at night is unsafe, Lo Wang specially installed a handrail after the bridge is built. At this time, what the poem said finally happened. Old trees, is it the artistic conception of a small bridge, the need to live in the wild for a long time? There are also people who uses clay, shape into a ceramic bowl, wait for it to dry, then put it in the charcoal fire and let it roast. After 12 minutes of high fire refining, the finished product is taken out. Looks very good. Then he poured the fish out of the cage, then arranged them into the shape of petals. Bake on the fireplace through high temperature. All the oil and water in the fish also flows out. It makes people look very appetizing. Lo Wang picked some chili peppers from the surrounding area, on a stone slab, sautéed in fish oil. The old man was very satisfied with this. He is full of girlish heart. I also specially placed a small red flower on it. After giving enough to show gratitude, he was willing to hide his doubts. Since the shelter took 2.5 months to build, if it's finished, now he can live in the hut he built with his own hands. Spend the next wild life in peace.